All right, we'll go ahead and open it right up to questions for Coach Shenza.
There you go.
I got a missed phone call.
What's what happens when you're out of practice?
Seattle, Washington. They want me to reconnect my Sirius on Cars Total Pride.
So how was practice today, Coach?
It was all right. I mean, first day of school. I think we got some things done.
Breaking the scout team today?
Yeah, we did.
In terms of, I guess, watching film stuff, what have you seen so far from looking at Tennessee? And
Well, they're athletic, as you would imagine. They've got some good players. You know, they had a lot of guys hurt on defense a year ago, so they're going to get some of their guys back. And offensively, they've got to replace their quarterback, who's a really good player, and a couple of skill guys. But their offensive line is experienced and pretty good. And you know, I'm sure they're going to have some good players.
Will Bryan, is he still working both positions?
He played all guard today, I think.
Has Carante been able to come back yet?
He was out there running today. He'll be back tomorrow.
I know you've already made your quarterback decision. What was the kind of deciding factor when you think about the guy you want?
Just the overall, who I feel like gives us the best chance to win right now. Mm-hmm. And it's still fluid. I could change my mind.
You mentioned that Quaid got a lot of carries that first series on Saturday. Did he do anything to improve his standing?
Yeah, he's still there. That's, you know, that proves your standing. But you know, I think he did okay. There's nothing spectacular, but he was solid and did okay.
I imagine that's a position you always need 2-3 guys to contribute each year.
It depends. I mean, at times here we played with a couple, but other places we didn't. So, you know, it depends on who the guy is and who you got, how's it going, how's the game going, all those kind of things. You know, if you can play two at any position, it's probably better because they get rested and don't have to take as many licks.
In terms of looking at freshmen, how many you're going to play and stuff, still fluid?
Some will play, yeah. There'll be a handful. A lot of it's going to depend, too. I mean, you may go into the game with a guy's a backup and somebody gets hurt and now they're playing. You know, so... Or guys who we think are going to play will probably put on some special teams, so they're out there playing. It's a long year. A lot of guys are probably going to play.
Is that something you remind? I imagine that's the toughest thing for freshmen. Kids are used to being the star player.
That's the hardest thing. Well, I don't know for some of them, but it's the hardest thing for a coach because if you want to play them, you want to play them. And the worst thing you can do is hold somebody for 6-7 games, and then somebody gets hurt and you have to play them, and they hadn't been out there at all.
How have the guys on, excuse me, how have the guys on offense responded without having Diedrich out there?
Who?
Without having Diedrich Mills out there?
That's how they responded.
Is that the kind of thing that can, you know, upset chemistry though, so close to a season?
Possibly. Nobody's mentioned it.
Have you been pleased with the I guess, the mood and effort of the team last few days?
Yeah, in some aspects, and in some we're working.
You still feel like there's that hump because it's not game week and that still can be a little
I think
tricky?
it's getting better. When you break into scouts, the practice changes and you start to do some things. So that's when a lot of times the leadership really kind of takes hold.
Is Owen still one of those young guys that has a chance to play right away?
Mm-hmm.
What's your sense of just how the defense is looking? I mean, obviously you're going against your own guys, so it's tough to tell, but what's your sense of how they...
Some days they've been better than others, just like the offense. I mean, you won't know until you play 2 or 3 games, really, on either side. You could think you're a juggernaut on one side and the other side's so bad that it's, you know, so until you play 2 or 3 games, once you play about 3 games, then you'll have a pretty good idea where you are on both sides.
A year ago, Henry was probably your best pass rusher, production-wise, from that end position. Do you feel like he's pushing those guys for more snaps?
Yeah, I think he's probably running with the ones now.
Couple more for Coach.
How's your freshman Howard kind of evolved over the course of camp now that it's over?
He's still doing. I mean, he's doing well. He's still learning, working hard. I don't think he's missed a day of practice. So it's he's out there. He wants to play, and he's probably going to.
Henry's ahead of Keyshawn, is that right?
I wouldn't know who he's ahead of. He's running with the ones. I don't think it's Keyshawn. Might be the other guy. They're all interchangeable.
Has Clinton come back yet, or is that...
Nope.
Is that related to his off-season stuff, or?
No.
Anything else for Coach?
At what point with him does that become a concern of, is he going to be ready to?
If he don't practice this week, he probably won't play against Tennessee. I mean, he hadn't practiced in the spring. It's not fair to the other guys. You know, so, and I think he wants to be out there. It's just, you know, when you tweak a muscle or whatever, it's nothing serious, but you got to be able to run and explode and do that. So we'll see when he gets back out there.
Can you dress out the whole roster for this game, or?
I could.
How much have injuries impacted kind of camp in general? It seems like a lot of guys have had to sit out.
We've had a lot of little bumps and bruises, and you know, we've only had a couple that guys will miss game. So that's really been good if we can get through the rest of the, you know, until we get to the first game. You never want to see anybody get hurt, but all in all, it's not been bad. I mean, we've missed a lot of practice time with guys, but none that will miss the games, I don't think.
Are you going to play a seemingly game Friday or Saturday? And
Monday.
Then Monday.
Week before.
Anything else?
You made the change in policy with assistant coaches and media availability. What was the rationale behind that?
You guys.
Anything in particular?
Yeah, you try to, if it doesn't fit your narrative, you ask the next guy. If I don't give you the answer you like, then you ask the next guy. So now, there are no next guys. It's me. And if you ask the kids about personnel, I'm going to take them from doing it. So, you put guys in a bind. We don't have time to sit down and talk about what we're going to talk about on the way up here. And you guys love to get two different answers on somebody.
All right.